Yes, guys, I'm changing their name today, okay? Aqua and Stompa, just get with it.
They're trading shots with X8 and Noah here in the grotto. You know, they look like they're interested in a commit. You know, they haven't dived into a box yet, but they definitely want to find something. They want to make sure that all of this is theirs. And more importantly, even is...
Ooh.
Was that
shot from the side here, Tim?
Was that a henchman? I think that was a henchman that lasered him. There was no nameplate on that.
It might have been, yeah, it might have been a henchman. For a second, they thought it was a real player, though. You notice how he let his guard up. But more importantly, the team in the vault ditched out of there. They got the loot and just putting it all on for the community. This is game one. You're just in time to sit back, get your snacks, and watch the entire series of the games unfold. Here's Mr. Savage popping off once again. He's going to catch Mr. Nerf Controller right there.
Moving on. Well, here we got a fight between Blackie and Zeno. Oh, there's like 3 teams all around up in here. This is quite the situation here. Ooh, Zeno's taking hits on White. His duo partner is already down. He's picked up from behind. He loses the heavy sniper there to Blackie and Keolis. That's an interesting situation for them. They've got no low ammo there on Blackie, but I think that this is a pretty big pickup for them. You saw extra fish, you saw extra resources. But Blackie and Keolis, they seem to be more than happy to push this, apply a little bit of pressure. They're not worried about the other teams nearby.
Yeah, that's right, because they have the better angle, and you can see the heavy sniper AR shots are going to fully connect here. And now they're going in. They're committed. The wall take right there was beautiful. Look at the cone put inside the base with the shotgun bully. That's the power of the pump shotgun. And although he doesn't have a lot of bullets left, he's going to make a count here, as he only has 1 more left in a gun. We'll see what he can do with it. This player does not have a lot of HP. All he has to do is fully connect. Maybe now he'll go back and try and save his teammate. Yes, that's why he's trying to branch out here. 1 second left to kind of stick the hold here so he doesn't bleed out, and he is going to stick it. But there's players already shooting from the other angle. It's another team coming in. Attention has been brought to him, and down he goes. The Elim was converted, though, and now Blackie's left to fend by himself. This is a situation that he might have to disengage out of, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Rayed and Waze here, like this is, they know he's alone. They know he's in here somewhere. They know he's alone somewhere. This can't be a good spot for him, but they gave up, right? Like they're like, I don't want to spend the time here. Can't find him. We got Imagine close by. Like we're good. We're dipping, which is pretty interesting to me. You know, my less than stellar competitive brain would have said, get this, it's free, one guy, but
now just outside of Retail World, they're looking to exchange some shots. They're well above the Storm Surge threshold here, which is going to play a factor any second now. 500 above. 10 players have to go down. Duos are going to be affected here, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, this is Martine over here getting the business, being focused down with those burst ARs, as well as it looks like a legendary or epic AR on Savage. This is a lot of pressure, especially as you're backed into the edge of the zone. But they're trading shots back. They're being aggressive. They're trying to alleviate as much as possible. But Savage is going to drop a rocket in, just the one, feel it out, test some space, make them waste a little more resources, and see what they can find. You know, whether or not they feel comfortable W-king this. They know that they're white, though. They've tagged them quite a few times. It seems like they're loath to push it if they can help it. But look, you've got King Slove and Sick FN or SLQ FN. This is becoming pretty crazy right away. You've got 3 or 4 teams all over here hanging out by this bridge as these shots keep coming in from iDrop. And he finds Martine. That is incredible.
Wow.
During that fight, while they're trying to hold their box, iDrop and Savage just keep sneaking the shots in.
That is actually insane to put all that pressure down and actually, you know, seal the deal for the Elim right there. Here's a look at Frey and Flick. Oh, he's going to catch Phoenix right here, who was sandwiched between Scully and Savid. We might see an engagement between these 2 duos as well, as they all have to rotate through one another. Yeah, he does not want to give it away for free. He's trying to see if he can hold them off of the loot that he so hardly kind of earned right there by getting the knock. But nope, Frey is not going to be able to claim this loot here. Take a look at the breakthrough here. Kaizen and Clement, despite being one of the 5 EU teams to make finals every week, only finished top 10 once.
Be able to pick up a few kills as people try to rotate along here. At the very least, a couple Storm Surge tags will be basically a given as they hang out underneath Brazil box.
This is definitely a good place to find some eliminations. Side of a mountain is always kind of sweet. So you take a look at who's on height right now. 100 Peng and Noah Ray Lee are big chilling right here. It's X8 Oh my
basically
gosh.
3.
Wait,
Flow
he sneaked that one
falls
in there?
because of it.
Oh, snap.
Noah
He gets
actually picked up.
he gets to finish it off right there. I see Mr. Savage popping off in the feed. Don't worry, guys. We are going to be jumping back with his perspective as well. Hot Dog is going to catch eye drop, so Savage might be by himself now. This is your team on height. Zone's going to favor off to the left-hand side. They're moving right away here, trying to big alpha up over some opponents right now. See if they can connect up to this metal old build here. And now it's theirs. They're just going to sit on it. These are their old builds. They're center zone with height now.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong team. But either way, eye drop is down now. But Mr. Savage is still putting on a bit of a clinic. He's watching. He spotted this launch pad. He's watching for the players taking it. He can't destroy it in time, and he doesn't really get that much out of it. He contemplates running out into the storm for it, decides it's not worth it, and continues on foot. As we see still Swaggy and Kaiser up here on height. They are holding it down, and actually a pretty solid build out too. I don't think it's going to take a lot to bring them down from this position at this point. Who was it? Where'd they go? They gave up. They're moving. they're done. Look at these launch pads
Scully and Save It. They were right behind the build, and yeah, you're right. The launch pad is going to be a big factor.
Hot Dog Matthias tries to make a play against Kaiser and Swaggy for height as they rotated out. He tried to get up behind them and above them, and it wasn't playing out. Frey and Flick, though, caught in some boxes. Frey has to hit Fish to keep in with this. They've got a bandage bazooka, so they're fine. They're gonna chill out in the back half of the storm here. They're like, we can wait. We can see if we can make a height play, if we need to just drop, which they have decided to do. But they have the resources to safely get through this without having to spend honestly too many builds. Frey doesn't get the fish in time, and Frey drops in the first game to an avoidable storm death. That's gonna hurt bad as Kaiser and Swaggy continue to hold down this height. I think there were a lot of opportunities for teams to come up behind them out of the storm, but they were able to stay aware enough and apply enough pressure that this is still their height with plenty of mats left. You still have 26 builds on Kaiser. Half of that is brick, and I can only imagine that Swaggy is doing half as well.
One thing I do want to note is top 15 was just given out, so placement points have been rewarded to all the players that you see here alive. That's a big moment for a lot of these guys, but it's Kaiser once again who, like we have mentioned, is just chilling on height here. His mats are not so good, so he's looking to kind of farm the enemy's kind of builds. He's trying to follow Dion through. Okay, but don't worry, Swaggy's gonna come to the rescue here to split him and save him there. Here's the low ground. What's going on? We know Klusha was popping off, but Thomas is gonna get traded out there to Nems, who catches a 3-piece in the feed right there. Respect to him. He's popping off right now. 10 points already for Kaiser, 5 via eliminations, 5 via placement as they break top 10. Scully finally goes down, but Save It's still alive. Hunter still alive, who catches Scully there. Save It's gonna catch Nems in the low ground is before he gets taken out. Now it's just high ground hold here, Tim.
Pretty classic play here coming out from Kaiser and Swaggy, where they know actually they're taking pretty aggressive low angles, to be honest. Kaiser doesn't have any mats. He's trying to get shots out. They see quite a bit down in there, and I think they want to use it as bait with that boom bow more than Kaiser actually wants to take the chance to jump down in. We see Solary Hunter still up. Swaps is going to be spotted out over in this corner. They're trying to find a cheeky rocket launcher into boom bow combo, just trying to get damage down with this splash weaponry that they have, these sort of power weapons that are going to enable them to put a lot of pressure on the majority of the lobby all at once. We see there are 5 individual players left, but only 4 teams. This is a 2v2v1. Skumik goes down. We see here in the back half how that just went down, but Swaps is getting the pressure from the rocket launcher now. Skumik dies in the storm there, you see, giving Kaiser the elimination.
That is right. Kaiser has to finish up the deed right here. Notice how cautious they're playing. They're being very safe here, trying to be textbook as possible. They don't want to lose height, but he also doesn't have enough material to sustain. Solary Hunter's trying to play the storm play right here, but he's already in top. He's the last player. He's the only one left. As he comes out, the boom bow's going to connect here. All Kaiser has to do is finish it off with one big shotgun shot. Solary Hunter's trying his best here to do what he can do. The grappler comes out, breaks it down from Kaiser, but he's still going to reconnect. Solary Hunter's going all the way tooth and nail to the very end here. He is not making it easy. He doesn't want to give it up. He does not want to lose, but he is unfortunately going to fall here as he tries so desperately in the final moments. Look at that. Kaiser, Swaggy, of course, are going to be the first place right now, taking the tournament by storm. There's going to be a lot of other familiar faces here in the top 10, Tim.
Very impressive first win from Swaggy and Kaiser to turn that 10-point placement victory into a 19-point game once you factor in the kills